Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 35 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the running of the Ford EcoBoost 400. This is a 1.5 mile oval that usually hosts the season finale for all three main series in NASCAR, but today it'll be the mid-season finale for the Pokemon Cup series before we head over to the All-Star weekend at North Wilkesboro. So it's going to be a really fun event as these guys are all going to be competing for a chance to be in the All-Star race. And I'll tell you who's in the All-Star race at the end of this video. So anyway, on the pole for this one will be the 7 of Ryan Butcher. On his outside will be the 43 of Donovan Duthit. Row 2 will have the 99 of Pichu and the 14 of Benjamin Miles. Row 3 has Philip Goldberg and Steve Morgan. Joseph Romanuk, Diego Yepes make up row 4, and Marcus Sachi, Ben Goldman round out your top 10. Let's look at our winner last weekend from Auto Club Speedway. It was Zachary DeLello that got his first career win last weekend under the lights at Auto Club. He'll be starting 20th here today and a chance to go for 2 at Homestead. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright boys, just like we talked about the speed, what's going to pay off for us today? Just patience and consistency. Good smooth racing on the racetrack, and that's what takes us on the front. We'll be there at the end of the day.
Here we go, 26 laps, and I've decided that there will be no stages in this one. It's just clean 26 lap racing with no playoff points at stake and no stage points at stake. Since this is the mid-season finale of the Pokemon Cup series, it's their last chance for these guys to race before they head to the World Tour and possibly lock themselves in the playoffs, and then it'll be down the home stretch. So here we go. Green flag waves in the Ford EcoBoost 400. Whoa, Steve Morgan already on the apron. He was forced down by Diego Yepes, and now the cars are forcing themselves down. Oh, they're crashing already. In the back, I think it was Nick Salmon that brought the crashing, and now Marcus Sachi around with Ben Goldman. Wow. First lap and they've already let it all out. Pichu is going to be your race leader. My gosh, what a way to start this race. I told you these guys were going to go all out with a playoff spot on the line. They obviously don't want to have to wait until the World Tour to possibly get a chance to compete in the playoffs. And you knew these guys were going to be aggressive. They were going to be extremely aggressive. Wow. So, first lap chaos here at Homestead, and we're going to come back to the green flag. Again, no stages in this race, no playoff points given out for the stages, and no stage points here. It's just clean racing here at Homestead, as this will again be the mid-season finale, and a lot's going to be on the line. 28 cars left on track, going back to green here at Homestead. And something's wrong with Donovan Duthit. They're slow, and Duthit just spun out the course. I don't know what was going on with the 43, but he was really slow at the start. He held up the cars, and they just took him out. Pichu's going to lead again to the yellow flag. Wow. What happened to the 43? Right here, it's like he was stuck on third gear, and yeah, Ryan Butcher just took him out. And in return, he took out himself and some other cars. Oh boy, wow. Wow. So they're going to be pit stops under caution. Obviously, they want to clear out as much debris as they can. And, well, almost half the field are out of the race now. Only 21 are left on track. And looks like Kirker and Romanuk might have stayed out to take the lead. Here we go back to green. This might not be the end of the Wreckfest. Wow, Donovan Duthed, he was like stuck on third gear. He lost a gear and he crashed, and then he took out a few more cars with him. That was insane. But anyway, we have 15 laps to go, and the leader is Cassandra Kirker. Kirker won earlier this season. I believe it's in race number 2. She won in Atlanta. So she's already good for the playoffs, but she's trying to win again and maybe get more bonus points out of that. 51 car of Joseph Romanuk runs second, and there's Pichu in third place, who led early on in the race. And I thought I mentioned that Pichu actually won the truck race here at Homestead earlier this weekend. So he's trying to win 2 of 3 here today. He also competed in the national race and got a top 10 finish out of it. So now he's trying to compete and get back to victory lane in that victory lane car. Very fitting. He just took second from Joseph Romanuk, and he's a former champion. Even if Pichu does win a race this season, he will not be eligible for the playoffs because he, of course, is one of my own drivers, and I want to keep things as fair as possible. He's the only one of my own drivers with a full-time ride in the Cup Series. The other drivers, Luke Leah, have part-time rides in the National and Truck Series. Will compete in some races there in those leagues this season. Excuse me, I just got a pop-up, and that's why it paused. But anyway, Luke and Leia will compete in a handful of national and truck races throughout the season. Same for Pichu. Pichu will still be competing in some of the national and truck races, as he'll be running in Mexico and Canada. So can't wait to see him on those tracks. And the National Series will have its Canadian race at Montreal at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, while the Trucks and Cup will run at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. So last time we've been to Montreal was a long time ago in the Cup Series, but I do remember the Cup Series ran a lot of races there. Now it's the Canadian race is now Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, where the Truck Series hosts its weekend too. And last season we all know that the Cup Series returned to Mexico in Ovalo Juarez, the all-new oval, fictitious oval by Cyron, the creator of the Gravis City tracks. And yes, Gravis City will be back for at least one more season, and if the Charlotte Oval does work, it will replace the Gravis City weekend. 4th place is Derek Hamill, and 5th place is James Richardson, as Richardson just took it from Reagan Whitlock. 9 more laps around Homestead, and it's been clean since the wreck-filled first half of the race. You can still see some of the tire marks from the wrecks earlier in the race in turns 1 and 2. There's Zachary DeLello into 6th place, as he's looking to get another top 5 out of the 12, as he was last weekend's winner at Auto Club Speedway, collecting his first career win. Looks to get another good finish out of this one too and collect some valuable regular season points. It won't matter after Montegi, but if he does finish the top 10, he'll get some bonus playoff points. Excuse me. But anyway, 7 laps to go, and Pichu's closing in ever so slightly. Steve Morgan battling with the 34 of Carter Fries and Dylan Kroom. And Morgan just got by Friesen. Just 6 more laps at Homestead, Miami. Still the possibility of finishing this race in overtime. Lap traffic ahead, and that's Sebastian Kukulon, who's actually Kirker's teammate. So question is, will the 3 be a good teammate? Looks like he will. Oh wow, Pichu took a chance trying to take the draft, and now Kirker is pitting. Wow, Kirker pits, but it might be part of her strategy to pit this early with 6 more laps around. That's if a caution doesn't come out. Look at James Richardson, though. What a run he got for second. How about that? Trying to get the second spot from Romanuk. Looks like Pichu might be pitting on this lap. Or guess not. I guess Kirker... Well, Kirker's the only one that pitted. Okay. So maybe... She's going to get lapped. So I'm not sure if pitting this early is a good call for Kirker, but if they start to pit on the green, maybe it could work. Not sure what Kirker's logic is, but we'll just have to wait and see. Richardson into the second spot with only 3 more laps to go. Pichu, he retired before a couple seasons back. His last win came at Kansas, and I believe season 30-something. I'll have to look back in the winners list, but it's been a while since Pichu last won a race. If he can hang on, he'll be back to prominence, and he'll win one for once at Homestead. That 99 car will be back to victory in just 2 more laps, provided that a caution does not come out. So it looks like Kirker might have not pitted because of her strategy. It looks like Kirker might have pitted because she had a problem. So a tough break for Kirker, and now Pichu is going to see the white flag next time by with 1 more lap around. This was Pichu's weekend mostly, as he won the truck race earlier, and now he's looking at a cup race to the trophy case. Here's the white flag for Pichu. Now caution won't stop him now, nor will lap traffic from Philip Goldberg. Even if he does catch Goldberg. 2 more turns left. Out the final corner. Here comes Pichu. He is back to victory lane, and he's going to win the Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami. He did get by Goldberg at the very last moment, though, but Pichu, other than that, didn't let anything stop him from winning the race at Homestead, Miami. So Pichu is back in victory lane after a long absence. Way to go for the all-time winningest driver in the Cup Series. Yeah, he's my own driver, but, well, it happened. First season, I was new to it, so I was new to the Entertown 3. I didn't know better. Anyway, Pichu wins, and the results on the left of your screen. Great race all around. We had two or three cautions early on, and then it got clean in the second half, and everything was calm and smooth sailing. Kirker, though, was leading, but then she had to come to pit road, and that was the end of that. So anyway, it's Pichu's first win since season 30 at Kansas, so that's where he got his last victory. And then he decided to retire, only to come back when the 99 became available again. So congrats to Pichu on breaking the 6-season winless drought and taking home the checkered flag at Homestead, Miami. So he can cross off Homestead off his tracks he wants to win list. So congrats to him on achieving that too. Anyway, Pichu wins. Even though he will not be a playoff driver since he's one of my own drivers, he will be eligible to be in the All-Star race as a race winner. So it is now time to reveal which drivers are in the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro and who will have to race in the showdown. So stick around and we will reveal the drivers coming up next. Alrighty guys, here are your updated points after 20 races. Cullen Francis has the regular season title lead, a big lead over Diego Yepes, but we still got 6 races to go. That'll be in the World Tour, so anything can change. And all the winners will get bonus points depending on where they finish among the other winners in the point standings, in the bonus playoff points I should say. So this is all regular season points. And all the playoff points that every driver has earned so far. Francis and Richardson have 4 playoff points. Rowe has 3. Miles, Fitzwater, Goldberg, Russell, Duthard, Evans, and Whitlock have 2. And Ray, Hunter, Goldman, Sachi, Kirker, Butcher, Hamill, Caudell, and Drake each have 1. And here are all the drivers that will be running. Sorry, my phone went off, but all the drivers, all the race winners we've had so far, they're locked into the All-Star race, and one driver that got in by having the most points without a race win. So the 2 race winners are Cullen Francis, Anthony Lopez, and Roger Ray. And the other race winners in the season so far are John Andrews, James Richardson, Zachary DeLello, Cassandra Kirker, Alexander Rowe, Sharon Evans, Billy Bishop, Austin Stitzel, Pete Chu, Christian Vargas, Ryan Butcher, Chandler Caudell, Zachary Fitzwater, and Donovan Duthard. And the driver highest in points without a win that's in because of that in the All-Star race is Diego Yepes. So those are your 18 drivers locked into the All-Star race itself. As all of you know, the rest of the drivers will run in the Showdown. And this season, the Showdown will have 2 stages, both 10 laps each, and overtime in both stages if needed, since advancement is on the line for each of them. So only the 2 stage winners from the Showdown will move on to the All-Star race to make it an even 20 cars running in the All-Star race itself. So the All-Star race will have 4 10-lap stages, and stage winners move on to the next, to the final stage. We will do the same as before. So the first 3 stages will have all 20 cars running, and the winner of each stage will advance over to the final round, the final stage, where only 10 drivers will run in that stage, and the rest of the order will be determined on the most points among those 3 stages. We will award points just for the All-Star race only, and only for that All-Star race, and it will not be applied to their total in the regular season standings. So we will have points scored in those 3 stages in the All-Star race, and whichever 7 drivers have the most points in that race, in the All-Star stages combined, will advance over to the All-Star, to the final stage, which has 10 drivers, like I said. So to recap, the Showdown will have 22 cars. Only 2 cars advance to the All-Star race from the Showdown, and they're both stage winners. So 2 stages of 10 laps each, and then the All-Star race itself will have 4 stages of 10 laps each, and overtime if applies on every stage. We will have overtime in every stage if needed. It's because the winner of each stage gets to advance to the final stage, the 4th and final stage of 10 laps, that will have only 10 cars in the running. So that's how the All-Star race format is going to work, and I just wanted to update you guys on the regular season points and how each and every driver is doing. So we will see you guys next weekend in the All-Star race.